All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for game number 2 of our best of 3 set between Fundamentals and Team Demon. So we've got Team Demon taking out the Rourke first for their banning phase. Definitely one of those heroes that you do not want to go against if you are playing against Fundamentals. They've got a pretty good jungler. And they will also take out the Zenial here. It's very good with the global presence. Fundamentals, on the other hand, have taken out the Superman. That's not really too much of a surprise there. And they'll also be able to take out the So we haven't really seen too many surprises here in the banning phase. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you the last draft in the last game, but I was able to show you the game, which Fundamentals won pretty handily. I'm PythianLegume. I was with Fundamentals last tournament, and we ended up coming in second, which was pretty cool. Couldn't bring it home, but you know, we had a lot of fun, I'm sure. But decided that I would try my hand at casting this one. So, oh yeah, your biscuit. You played pretty alright, man. Kept us guessing sometimes. It was a lot of fun, though. Team Demon will ban out the Slims. Had a great performance for Fundamentals in the last game. And Fundamentals will take out the Zethus. That was one of the heroes that kind of did a number on Fundamentals. Now, for Team Demon, I expect to see a Liliana again. Possibly a Teamy. I mean, those support heroes are some of the things that you don't really mess around with. But a Lindis will be locked in. Very strong presence out of the jungle. Do like it here for Team Demon. And Fundamentals, they are working on their strategy. Will we see a Roxy? Will we get that here? They're thinking about it. I think it's a little bit too new. I think that, you know, most of these people, you know, they do want to try some cool stuff, but maybe going for a new hero first time around might not be the best idea. We'll see. I'm pretty lit if we see a Roxy. Literally lit. So we will indeed have it out here. And well, I guess that's going to be that. So Fundamentals pulling out the Roxy here in game number 2. Also picking up the Flash. Strong hero out of the mid lane. Big presence on the map as he's got a lot of mobility to his name. And of course, you have that Cyclone ultimate where you can just stay immune from any effects that are coming at you. So you have a lot of big outplay potential there. Now for Team Demon. We already have the Lindis. Thank you for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. We will be seeing the Irie coming out once again. And we did see a Liliana last time, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we see it here. It is absolutely possible. I think the Liliana also did quite a bit of work, but then when you started to see Fundamentals carries get a little bit built up, it was having a lot of issues. You want to put out as much damage as possible as the Liliana, but sometimes you just have to get in close for those swipes, and well, getting in close requires you to take a lot of damage, and if you don't have the front line being able to tank up for you, it's just not going to work. So I would like to see the Irie do a little bit more here, because Liliana absolutely needs that, and you already have a Lindis going into the jungle, so it's already not a very tanky hero there. So I would like to see, you know, a little bit more beef on the side of Team Demon. We got to get some beef in here if you want to go up against Fundamentals. Does Roxy jungle? I'm not sure. It is a tank. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Triple X to go into the jungle. I don't think he's going to take Roxy there. I think it's more of a solo laner, since you do have a lot of lane clear potential. Fundamentals will go with the Violet and the Omen. They were talking a lot about Omen builds in the chat, so I'm not too surprised to see that. Omen just has a lot of lockdown potential, and I mean, if he gets on top of somebody, that's going to be it. Like, you just can't get out. Meanwhile, for Team Demon, they lock in the Lumber, and they lock in the Murad. So they're going to go all out damage with this one. They do have the Lumber to tank. Thane will be the last pickup for Fundamentals as we get into game number 2 of our best of 3. I mean, both these lineups are looking pretty good. The Roxy is a real wild card for me. I mean, there is a lot of potential here. She's got a lot of healing available. Kefla was the solo laner in the last game, so I assume that's where we're going to see Roxy played out today. Not really too surprising for me. And that's really going to be the kicker. If Kefla can get into the fights as Roxy and have enough of an impact, I think that's going to be Fundamentals taking this in 2. It's really what they showed us in the last game when his Malak got involved, and interestingly enough, neither team going for the Malak in this game.
10 seconds remaining.
You know, whenever Kefla gets involved, it is all downhill from there. So with that being said, we're going to get into game number 2 here in our best of 3 set. Team Fundamental, they are already up 1-0 in the set, and we'll only need 1 more to take it. Team Demon trying to take this to a 3. I personally wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more Arena of Valor, but hey, we'll leave it up to the teams to decide. As we get loaded into our game here. I do want to thank you all for watching. It is a lot of fun for me to bring this to you all on twitch.television. And we'll even get that little logo there. Oh, that looks so nice. Alright, so we'll get into the match. Going through our lineups, we've got ZKC playing the Murad for Team Demon. Scarface taking the Liliana into the mid lane. Hyoka playing the Irie as the solo laner. Elodie hanging out with the Lumber. And Don Kakita playing the Lindis. And we already have possibly an engage here. Fundamentals trying to go for the aggression with Kefla playing the Roxy. 12 Nuns on the Omen. Triple X taking the jungle Violet. We've got Slam hanging out in the mid lane with the Flash. And then finally YKT playing out the Thane. He's going to be roaming once again this time around. 12 Nuns hanging out in mid. Looks like he's making his way towards the bottom lane right now as the mid lane has already been cleared out. They want to try to establish a little bit of control here. And we'll be doing exactly that. Don Kakita attacking from the brush. There's a little bit of aggression from Fundamentals, but not enough to result in a kill. As Lumber's made his way here as well. So both teams focusing on the bottom lane for a couple seconds. No lane clear coming out from Fundamentals right now as they are both melee heroes. They don't really want to get in there too much up against Olindis. But Flash has made his way down, going through with the Mach Punch onto Don Kakita, forcing him back. But again, there's just no follow-up from his team. They were a bit far away to do anything about that. And 12 Nuns could find himself in a lot of trouble. Slow out from the Lindis. All they're doing right now is trying to establish a little bit of control around the Abyssal Dragon. Flash gets back over to mid. He will be able to clear it out. Looking possibly for some damage on the Scarface. Big Mach Punch out. And he will continue to get some more damage there. There is a rotation needed here. He goes in for the big speed hit. He will get a lot done as Lumber comes through with some damage on the Triplex. But you have to be careful here. You cannot let a Violet just have her way with this one. And First Blood comes through from Slam, diving underneath the tower a little bit there to secure it. And they have control over Abyssal Dragon. Honestly, if I were them, I'd clear the wave and go right over to it. And Violet will start to do exactly that. Now, Roxy hasn't come over at all. She is still hanging out at the Sentinel. And Hyoka tries to get in the fight as that solo laner rotates down. Triplex standing there. Could be in some trouble. Murad gets a big ultimate out on the 2, and he's able to clear off the Abyssal Dragon as well as the follow-up comes through from Team Demon, taking down 2. Possibly another YKT trying to get out. Lodi takes down 12 Nuns. That was already happening there as a third will fall for Fundamentals. YKT getting caught out by the Lumber. And you just see that potential as soon as Team Demon gets up to level 4. They're able to steal away the Abyssal Dragon and take 2 kills off of that beautiful Murad ultimate. That's just a big punisher. I mean, you cannot allow Murad to just walk in and do that damage, and it's so difficult to stop him in the early levels. You really need to be able to get that control online. Kefla getting in. Again, he's looking very healthy. Did see Scarface walk through that fire a little bit there. Not really caring about that damage, not respecting it at all. But right now, it is back to fundamentals, trying to secure their buffs, make sure they have their jungle all taken care of before they get some aggression done on the map. Don Kakita still looking for the farm on bottom. Is getting stunned out here a bit by YKT, who is very tanky here, but Lumber is on his way, and so is Liliana. This could be a big turnaround. Off the mark with the stun, and YKT will be knocked up. Luckily, Elodie was on the mark with that Lumber ultimate. And Triple X arrives into the fight looking for Scarface. Will be able to teleport out there, and big heal will keep Team Demon in the fight. Triple X in some trouble from the Murad. Murad is following this up right now, and huge damage and AoE out of Team Demon. Will net them 2 kills on the bottom lane, with Slam also caught in no man's land, getting a mock punch off, but that AoE again is going to catch him out as Team Demon getting back into this one in a big way. 2.2k gold lead on their side with a 7-kill advantage. Meanwhile, Irie hasn't even made it into the fights at all. She's still happening to push that tower at the top. She's still got it working for her here. And that will lead to a second Abyssal Dragon going over to ZKC and the rest of Team Demon. Top tower also gone, so it's a big swing. A big swing even further in favor of Team Demon. But actually, Kefla manages to get back a little bit of something for his team. Takes a kill on Irie, proving that Roxy is definitely not a sleeper here. Going for the Sentinel, securing that one. I mean, Team Fundamentals, they are not a team that are going to roll over and die here. So they may be a bit behind here in the early game, only 5 minutes in, or we'll call it a 2.5k gold lead. Doing some quick maths here. But they are not going to roll over and die here. Lumber tanking up quite a bit. I wouldn't really say that it's time for Fundamentals to go on to him just yet, but Kefla scouts out too, catches out Scarface, pulls her all the way back towards the tower. Isn't going to be enough though. Scarface trying to get away, mock punch off the mark. Reiki's shot will go through towards Slam. Nice stun out of Lumber, but he's going to avoid everything with that Cyclone and pull him on back with it. Triplex in the middle here. Could get caught in no man's land, but meanwhile, 12 Nuns has found Stargaze and a huge YKT ultimate will secure that kill. Fundamentals want to push on the mid lane. Lots of harassing damage out of Triple X. X going to give it to you, and he is giving it straight over to Team Demon. ZKC trying to get in the fight. Will Murad ult forward, but he's going to Mirage his way back. That's the harassing potential of Murad. What team am I on? I'm not on a team right now. I guess I'm still with Fundamentals, but I haven't been playing much AoV as of late. But it is still a lot of fun to watch the matches and, you know, have a good time casting it. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now, helping Jury out with getting some of the matches out. I hope that you're enjoying the matches as well. Elodie makes his way to bottom. Only 2 here from Fundamentals, and Team Demon are showing up in force, looking for a huge ultimate out on the 2. Lumber taking 2 of them down. He's cracking that earth open, and it is having a great effect here for Team Demon. Quickly taking care of 2 here in bottom, and they should be able to turn that into an Abyssal Dragon. Triple X will go for the harass, though. Slam looking for the mock punch, but Team Demon are being smart about this one. Triple X being careful with the positioning, and it's so easy to work that as Violet. Let me take a look at the net worth here. Triple X is up to 3.6k. Not the highest on his team. That is Kefla's spot, but there is a big old 4.1 and 4.3 on Team Demon right now, and that's to be expected. They have more kills, they have more towers, they have the 2 Abyssal Dragons on the board right now, but they are still being aggressive. They're taking a forward position in the brush. I'm not sure what their vision's like. They're just trying to set the ambush up, as that is kind of what you have to do. And then it's not a bad move. It's not a bad move if Team Demon decide to go for the Abyssal Dragon. Which would make sense, but it's not happening right now. And here comes a Mach Punch out on the 2-slam going in the middle of them. Big Cyclone out there trying to just lock down that lumber. Triple X will go deep and hard and manages to get that kill. And Team Demon's indecision kind of works against them there. I mean, sure, they're getting towers, but they just lost 2 and the Abyssal Dragon. You don't want to let Fundamentals back into the match at all, and that's exactly what's happening here. Fundamentals looking for a push on the mid lane. Will back up. Meanwhile, Irie is taking advantage of this aggression all over the map to try to take down the golems here. And Kefla decides to go on in. Not sure if he managed to take that buff there, but it might not end up mattering. Hyuka looking for that final shot, and his team is arriving in force. Triple X has to get away. He absolutely cannot stay here any longer. Kefla's been forced back on the Roxy. He will recall to base. Now the question is, Team Demon are on the offensive. What kind of advantages can they take here? Not really able to find too much in the way of taking down towers. They've already taken down 3 tier 1s. I wouldn't really suggest going for Darkslayer over, and Roxy decides to do a little bit of exploring into the bush, and it is not the place she wanted to be, especially not then. Sometimes you got to be careful when you're face checking those bushes, and I can tell you something, the face might not be the implement that you want to use when you're doing that. Scarface escapes into the brush to get away from Triple X. And meanwhile, Hyuka has to retreat out of Fundamentals Forest. Triple X doing the damage here in mid, but there's a beautiful Murad ultimate once again. And it takes down 3. Look at this boy. He's still jungling as he just witnessed his absolute murder going down on the mid lane. He's really doing a number for his team. And meanwhile, while that was happening, Lindis took down the tower at bottom. The tier 1 mid did end up going down for Fundamentals' first take of the game. But I'm just not sure if that's going to be enough. And right now, Fundamentals are looking for anything they can find. Hyuka going down while the Abyssal Dragon is taken. And a tier 2 tower in the mid lane. That doesn't really seem to be worth it at all. But hey, I would never count Fundamentals out of a game. So we'll just have to see what they do here. Kefla looking to secure the jungle. Scarface getting away. Slam evading that Lumber ultimate. Using that big old speed as the flash. And ZKC, he meets a Kefla in the brush. Not juicy enough for him to further pursue. But maybe that's a snack to be saved for later. Still Fundamentals, they want to put the hurt on the Team Demon. Triple X getting absolutely cut apart here by Team Demon. But there is a return kill out in the Scarface with the Liliana. But they have not taken care of Murad, who is still farming right now, allowing Lindis to continue to do some huge damage. And again, Kefla was not involved in that fight, which was one of the keys that I had before the game. You have to get Kefla involved, and if you're not doing that, then you're just not really having the ability for the backliners of Fundamentals to get their damage done. And that allows heroes like the Murad to get to the back lines, take down the damage dealers, and win those team fights for you. I mean, he's the kind of guy who could just walk on in and take your base and take your heroes for lunch. That's just kind of what he does. Fundamentals looking to regain control of their jungle, looking to go in, but this is against the Darkstar. You have to be careful against that, and Slam does not listen. He walks on in and gets shut down at the door of the club. Hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Hate to see it. So here we go. Team Demon looking to make that high ground push. All right, it's not really high ground in this game, but you know what I'm talking about here. We're talking about breaking open that base. Team Demon pushing on the bottom lane. Murad taking care of mid, but Triple X, I mean, he's got harass. If there's anybody that can take care of this push into the base, it is Triple X, but he's been dead and gone, and that allows Yuka to walk right on in with the Irie, and Fundamentals can only do the throw your bodies at the enemy thing and hope that it works, and in this case, it does not. Team Demon will take game number 2 here, most likely, or maybe I was speaking a bit too soon. They need another minion wave. They could clear out mid. Kefla walks on in with that fire underneath their feet, but Roxy is not going to be your answer to this one. As Team Demon finish off the full 5-man team wipe, and subsequently the game here in game number 2 of our best of 3 matchup in round number 1 of the Premier Valor League. So that's going to do it. We'll take a quick look at the stats here. I really have to get that scene back up. We'll take a quick look at the stats here. Nice performance out of Linda, staying safe and staying lethal. 6 kills, 7 assists on her. And the Murad, I would say the unsung hero on this one. He did a lot of work in those fights, getting the ultimates down. I mean, he really set up a lot of those team fights for Team Demon. You can see with that damage done. So we'll be getting back into the next game. We'll take a quick break. Thank you all for watching as we get back into game number 3 of this best of 3. So it will all come down to this. Thanks for watching, and we'll be right back.